Greetings, hello ladies and gentlemen. New week, new CollectA reveals for the new year, so let's just jump right into it. You guys know the drill. First up, we have a CollectA Megalosaurus remake to replace their old one from the Procon range. And this is a Megalosaurus in ambush. I don't know exactly what about this figure is in ambush, and this takes me back to something I never really talked about. For example, their Mapusaurus and T-Rex, the hunting Mapusaurus and T-Rex, the variants of the deluxe versions. Nothing about those figures were really in hunting poses, they were just reposed versions of the deluxe versions. And I understand why, and I do kind of like CollectA for doing that because it's easier to really nail down, for example, if you're making a Christmas list for your mom or something. And for example, you're like, I want the CollectA hunting Mapusaurus rather than the CollectA standard deluxe Mapusaurus, then I can see where it's helpful there. But as far as the actual figure goes, nothing about those hunting versions of those two theropods were really in hunting poses. They were just standard roaring poses. And same with this Megalosaurus in ambush. There's nothing about this in ambush. It looks so lifeless and stiff, and the legs look really weird and disproportional. That's something that I come to expect with CollectA theropods, especially when they don't have bases. And if anything, this just makes me crave bases to come back from CollectA. I understand there's fans out there who really are against the bases that CollectA make, but think about their Torvosaurus, their Carnotaurus, and so many other deluxe theropods, and even standard theropods like their Metriacanthosaurus that they made, that are just in awesome dynamic poses and look beautiful with just that simple base attached to the feet. This Megalosaurus right here, just posture-wise and everything, just looks so boring, lifeless, and uninspired, in my opinion. On top of that, it looks strangely mammalian to me, and that's probably just the inclusion of the lips on the face, which I'm not against concept-wise, but maybe it's just the color mixture with the particular sculpt they went for here. I do like the body and the arms and the tail. I like the inclusion of the little feathery bits on the base of the tail there. I think that's cool in that red color. I do really like the colors on this one. The black tips on the arms and legs and the snout, plus the mixture of the spots. And I like how the thickness of the stripes going down the spine of the animal change as it goes down the tail. But other than the colors, this is an easy pass for me, unless the in-hand images really make it look a lot more convincing, but do not like this one. And pretty much same can be said for the next one, which is a new Neofinator, scenting. Once again, or scenting prey rather, sorry. Once again, awkward name for something that just is standing there with its head tilted upwards. And this one is even more sad than the Megalosaurus for me, because I could see myself getting this one if it had a base and reposed legs with more proportional legs in general. Its legs are so disproportionate and just static, and I don't know, it looks so awkward. But I guess besides that, I do like the sculpt of the head a lot better than on the Megalosaurus. The colors I also really like, reminds me of a gecko or something, and I also like the little scoots running down the throat as well as the back of the animal's neck. I think that really makes it stand out from other CollectA theropods. The one thing I don't like about the colors is how that darker green on the face like borders around the back of the animal's mouth. It almost looks like it's wearing clown makeup, but it's interesting, so I'm not like totally against it. I just think it's an interesting take on markings and will definitely make it stand out from other figures. So not totally for it, not totally against it personally. Anyway, that's the new Neofinator. Easy pass for me right now. Just like the Megalosaurus, if better images come out and it looks great from a different angle, maybe I'll pick it up. It's probably going to be cheap too. It looks like a standard figure. But up next, we have the best one from the week in my opinion, and that is for the new Supreme Pterosaur series, a new Pteranodon, deluxe 1/15th scale with a movable jaw. I didn't really care for this one at first when I saw it. Maybe it was because I was disappointed with the first two theropods that we got for this week, but I am really digging this one now. I adore the color scheme on it, especially that ruby red throat and just the accent of orange on the crest. The gradient looks a little strange, and some people have said they don't like the orange on the crest, but I don't mind it personally. I think it's a nice little flare of color. Same with the orange around the eye. And articulated jaw sounds cool. The pose is okay, I guess. The wings and feet look a little weird, but I've come to expect that from the Supreme Series pterosaurs at this point. Not as bad as the Kaiwajara, in my opinion, with its pose that it had. But yeah, I just really like the colors in this one. The sculpt looks solid overall. Some people are really against the whole tail tassel thing. Like, you can see the end of its tail is ended with almost like these horse-like hairs coming off the end. But I actually looked into Everything Dinosaur's blog post where I got these images from, so thank you Everything Dinosaur for posting these. And CollectA has done extensive research into the fossilized tail vertebrae of Pteranodon, and Pteranodon's tail vertebrae had some unique features that suggest that it might have had a rudder of some kind on the end of its tail, or a feathery display device or something, which is really interesting. I didn't know this. So CollectA have decided to put a little tail tassel on the end, so it's not too over the top, but it's just in reference to that study, which I think is pretty cool, actually. So I don't mind it, just because CollectA is known for doing speculative things with their figures like that, so I think it's kind of neat. But anyway, those are all 3 of the new figures we have for this week. The 2 theropods are 2 letdowns for me. I wish they'd bring back display bases for them. The Pteranodon, I'm looking forward to seeing more images of. We'll probably most definitely pick this one up at this point. Same with the Kimuisaurus from last week, and I might pick up the Brontosaurus corpse. But overall, so far, I'm pretty meh on CollectA this year. We're probably only halfway into the reveals. There might actually only be 1 week, because I did hear there are less figures this year than there were last year. Normally, I feel like I can pick up most of their figures if I feel like it, but I'm just not into the Mamenchisaurus, I'm not into the 2 theropods, I'm not too interested in them this year, I'm being honest. I'm holding out for something that'll really get me interested, but we shall see. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your favorite from this week down in the comments. And let me know if you're interested in those other 2 theropods and if you're going to pick those up. They're just not for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all in my next video. Take care, and bye-bye.